Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. The NHL's regular season 2022-2023 is over. The playoffs have already started, but now I found some time to do my trophy predictions. This is as well the third year in a row I'm doing that. I was not that bad 2 years ago. I was pretty good last year. This year, let's see what happens. Which trophies will be won by which player. I made up a board. I put 3 names on the board for each trophy and wrote down the trophies, the important ones, the important ones that just will be handed out by the numbers. So let's get into the board and let's see who will win which trophy in the year 2023. Yeah, and it's not for nothing that I do have a Bruins jersey on display and that I'm wearing my McDavid jersey. Yeah, he is on the board quite a lot and some Bruins are on the board, but let's get through it in the details. And let's start at the very bottom. The Jennings Trophy for the goaltenders with the least combined goals against average. This goes to Linus Ullmark and Jeremy Swayman of the Boston Bruins. Both had fantastic seasons. I think they are first and third in goals against average in the whole league. The starter and his backup. Boston's defense is very good, but these two guys were also fantastic. Congratulations to Linus Ullmark and Jeremy Swayman for the Jennings Trophy. The next one on the board is the Art Ross for the player with the most points scored in the NHL. In the regular season, of course, this was Connor McDavid, 152 points. What a great season this guy had. This was the first 150-point season since Mario Lemieux did that in 1995-96. That's 27 years ago. Absolutely fantastic. Connor McDavid, best player in the league. The Art Ross is his. Yeah, I just had to get my phone to check something. McDavid even had 153 points. Sorry for that. Next one, I will get that correct. The Rocket Richard as well goes to Connor McDavid. He had 64 goals. The second on the list is David Pastrnak. He had 61. 64 for McDavid, new personal record. And I think the most goals anyone has scored in the last 10 years. Or is it even longer? Let me know in the comment section below. I didn't have the time to look it up. I'm sorry for that. McDavid, 64 goals. The Rocket Richard for him. I think this will not be his last Rocket Trophy. Now as he has decided, I can score some goals too. Not only pass. He is fantastic. Okay, then let's get into the 7 trophies where I have 3 names on the board. These will be voted either by the GMs for 1 and the others will be voted by the writers. But let's go through it and let's start off with the Hart Trophy for the league MVP. I also could have had the Lindsay on the board, which is voted by the players, but this is the best player. Hart is the most valuable player and most of the times the winner of the Hart also gets the Lindsay. So I do not have this one on the board. It would be the same names. I do have Nikita Kucherov on the board from the Tampa Bay Lightning, who is number 2 in assists in the league with 83. From my opinion, the MVP of the Lightning. Let's see how they will perform against the Leafs. Second one on the board is, of course, Connor McDavid, 153 points. Record for the first time. 150 points in 27 years. And the Art Ross and the Rocket. And I have David Pastrnak on the board as the third guy with 61 goals. Bruins MVP, the best team in the history of the league? Question mark. I think yes, but this is discussion worthy definitely. Who I think will win the Hart Trophy is, it's Connor McDavid. 153 points is an unbelievable accomplishment. Art Ross, Rocket Richard. Who else? Next up, Norris Trophy for the best defenseman in the league. I have 3 names on the board. These are Dougie Hamilton of the New Jersey Devils, their anchor and best player on the blue line. I have Adam Fox of the New York Rangers. These guys are just facing each other in the first round. Very interested to see how this will turn out. And then, of course, there has to be Erik Karlsson from the San Jose Sharks. Sharks MVP, 100 points this year on a team that was really, really bad. They wasted his great season, his career year. He will not have another season like that. I cannot imagine that he will have another season like that. And yeah, 100 points. I would love to give this trophy to Dougie Hamilton because his defense is so much better than the one of Erik Karlsson. But yeah, 100 points. Erik Karlsson will win the Norris Trophy. I think it will be his third. Next up, Vezina for the best goaltender in the league. This is voted by the general managers. I do have on the board Linus Ullmark from the Boston Bruins. Best save percentage, best goals against average, most wins. I have Connor Hellebuck, the MVP of the Winnipeg Jets. Without him, they would not play in the playoffs right now. I'm pretty sure about that. Very good save percentage, very good goals against average, and yeah, his win totals, I think he is, let me check. He's third, only behind Georgiev and Ullmark, 37 wins, also a very good season. And then of course there has to be Ilya Sorokin from the New York Islanders. Without him, I think the Islanders would also not play right now. He stole them so many games. He leads the league in shutout with 6. Had a fantastic season, but this year the Vezina goes to Linus Ullmark. He was just so good this year. Next up, Selke for the best defensive forward. 3 names on the board as well. Let's start at the back this time. Patrice Bergeron from the Boston Bruins, their captain. He is on the board because he is always in the Selke conversation. He can do whatever he wants and he will get Selke consideration. This is a little bit strange about the Selke trophy. But this year I do not think he will win it so far. Because the other guys, Nico Hischier from the New Jersey Devils, fantastic defensive forward. He also scored a lot of points this year. Fantastic season. And then of course there has to be Mitch Marner from the Toronto Maple Leafs, who I think is the Leafs MVP this year, with Matthews not so good. Yeah, he had 40 goals, but compare it to the 60 the year before. This year I think Marner is the Leafs MVP. Great assist total, 99 points altogether, and at times he was playing defense. He is so good defensively. And it's really hard for me to decide between Marner and Hischier. I think the NHL normally prefers centers for this trophy. Yeah, with Bergeron, with Barkov, the guys who won the trophy recently. I would give it to Nico Hischier. Next up, the caller for the best rookie in the league. I do have 3 names on the board, as always. Matty Beniers from the Seattle Kraken, who had a very good season. Wyatt Johnston from the Dallas Stars, who was definitely not expected to have such a great season and score, 26 goals? Absolutely fantastic. And the first goaltender that shows up for a trophy that's not the Vezina, Stuart Skinner from the Edmonton Oilers, who took the ice by the storm and became the starter of the Oilers. He just outplayed Jack Campbell. Yeah, Campbell had definitely a down year, but Skinner was fantastic. So, who will get the trophy? The favorite is Matty Beniers, and I also think Matty Beniers should get the Calder trophy. He was just the best all-around player. Johnston better in the goal scoring department, and the goaltender, yeah, it's always hard to compare. I would give it to Beniers. Next up, second to last, the Jack Adams for the best coach in the league. I have on the board Lindy Ruff from the New Jersey Devils. Do you remember the Fire Lindy talk after the 4th game the Devils had played? I think they started 1-3. They ended up 2nd in the Met. More than 50 wins. They got, let me check, 112 points. Absolutely fantastic. Lindy Ruff must be on this board because nobody expected the Devils to be that good. We expected them to be better, but not that good. Next is Bruce Cassidy, who is the new coach of the Vegas Golden Knights. Vegas missed the playoffs last year. Now, under Bruce Cassidy, they won the West. Great accomplishment with a team that was without Mark Stone for most of the time. Great job, Bruce Cassidy. And there's, of course, Jim Montgomery, who is the new coach. Okay, now he has 1 year as the Boston Bruins coach, a team that crushed all records this year, ended up with 135 points, the most in NHL history, the most wins in NHL history. That's why I think there's no way around that Jim Montgomery should win the Jack Adams Award. And finally, GM of the Year. I have Ken Holland of the Edmonton Oilers on the board. He built a great team around McDavid and Draisaitl. And finally, the bottom six is able to score. The defense is good, especially after acquiring Matthias Ekholm, who really helped this team a lot. Goaltending with Stuart Skinner, who is on the board for the Calder, also very solid. Of course, there has to be Don Sweeney from the Boston Bruins. He brought back David Krejci, made some very good additions like Tyler Bertuzzi and Dmitry Orlov at the deadline. The Bruins, as mentioned, they crushed all records. Sweeney has to be on the board. And the third name I have is Joe Sakic. Yeah, of course, the Avalanche won the Stanley Cup last year. And he kept them in contention, kept them around the top of the Central Division. They're doing quite good. They do have a chance to repeat. Let's see what happens there. I think this award this year should go to Don Sweeney. There was a lot of talk to fire Sweeney before the season started. But yeah, you know how it ended. The Bruins, fantastic season. And Don Sweeney did a fantastic job. Alright, that's it for this one. Let me know in the comment section below, who do you think will win one of these awards, or all the awards, as you like. Very interested to know what you think about that. Now you know my opinion. Let's see how reality will turn out. And maybe I will make another video after the trophies are all handed out. Let's see. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and see you soon with more hockey talk here on the channel. Have a good time. Goodbye.